Hello, Teacher Jonel here, your calculus teacher. So today we will talk about continuity. So what is continuity? I have here activity. Meron po tayo ditong 9 smiley faces and your goal is to connect this 9 smiley faces using only 4 straight lines. Paano natin gagawin to? So you can pause the video if you want to try. Then this is the answer. So paano nga ba natin isosolve ito? Gamit lamang yung 4 straight lines, we will connect at these 3 smiley faces. So this is one of the possible solutions. Ito yung first, followed by this, we'll extend the line until sa dulo. Okay? Para makonect natin yung dalawang smiley faces na to. Then another line, we will extend above the first smiley faces, and then the last line would be ganito. So overall, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines connecting your 9 smiley faces. And that is the concept of continuity. So without lifting your pen, okay, so gagawa tayo ng isang line, which is tuloy-tuloy without lifting your marker or your pen. And that is continuity. What then is a continuity? It says here, a function f of x is said to be continuous at x is equal to c if the limit of your function as x approaches c is equal to f of c. And also, a function is said to be continuous on the interval if it is continuous at each point in the interval. We masasabi natin that the function is continuous at x is equal to c, then the limit of your f of x as x approaches c is equal to f of c. That is by direct substitution. And then we will find your x approaches c negative, that is your left hand limit, and your x approaches c positive, that is your right hand limit. So kung continuous yung function natin, defined yung f of c natin, and also defined or nag-exist yung left hand limit natin and also your right hand limit. Paano natin isa-solve yung continuity at a point? This is the strategy pa. So first, check to see if your f of c is defined. Okay? Alamin muna natin kung yung f of c natin is defined. Meron tayong dalawang possible answers here. Una, kung yung f of c natin is undefined, hindi siya defined, we need go no further. And the answer is discontinuous. Ibig sabihin, hindi tuloy-tuloy yung function natin at f of c. Okay, since it is not defined. Pero in cases na defined siya, we will proceed to the second step. Okay? Kasi may possibility na continuous yung function natin. We will proceed to the second strategy. We will compute for the limit of your f of x as x approaches c. So here, there are some cases we may need to do this by the first computing your left hand limit and your right hand limit. Kasi yung ibang mga functions natin, pwedeng gumamit tayo ng direct substitution agad. And there are some functions, katulad po ng piecewise functions, na kailangan natin kunin yung left hand limit and the right hand limit. Okay? So, if the limit does not exist, hindi siya nag-exist, that is not a real number, then we can conclude that the function is not continuous at c. And the problem is solved. Doon na magtatapos. Pero, kung nag-exist naman yung limit natin at x approaches c, existing, and then the function is continuous at c. Then again, when nag-exist, we will compare your left hand limit and also your right hand limit. Okay, so kung pareho, nag-exist. Kung hindi siya pareho, it does not exist. Okay, sa existing, we will compare again yung second step natin and also your first step. Kung magkapareho yung f of c and the limit na gamit yung second step natin, then the limit is continuous. Kung hindi naman magkapareho, that is discontinuous. Okay? So, ulitin ko lang. If your first step, ito, defined, pareho sa value ng second step natin, which is finding the left hand and right hand limit, continuous yung function. Pero kung hindi magkapareho, this continuous naman. Let's see for example. We have is f of x is equal to x squared minus 4 over x minus 2 continuous or not at x is equal to 2. Anong gagawin natin dito? We will begin by trying to calculate for your f of 2. Yun yung first step natin. Kasi based on the strategy na meron tayo, hahanapin muna natin kung defined ba yung f of c natin by direct substitution. So again, our x is equal to 2. That means your f of 2 is equal to 2 squared minus 4 over 2 minus 2. That is indeterminate. So ibig sabihin, hindi siya defined. Thus, your f of x is this continuous at x is equal to 2. So titigil na tayo doon. Another example. Let's say for example, we have a piecewise function. Is your piecewise function continuous or not at x is equal to 3? So, ulitin lang natin, this is the strategy na gagamitin natin. Una ang gagawin is to find if your f of c is defined or not. Okay? So, based on the condition na meron tayo dito, we have x is greater than 3 and we have x is less than or equal to 3. Para gamitin kung anong functions ang gagamitin sa f of c defined, okay, titingnan lang natin kung nasaan yung equal sign. Yung equal sign is nandito, and the function is negative x squared plus 4. So to get for the value of f of c, yung c natin is equal to 3, and thus f of 3 is equal to, again, ito yung functions ang gagamitin natin. That is negative 3 squared plus 4. If simplify, and the answer is negative 5. Thus, f of 3 is defined, and the answer is negative 5. Tandaan po, that in step 1, we get negative 5. Okay? Since defined yung f of c natin, pupunta tayo sa second step natin, which is finding the left-hand limit and the right-hand limit. So sa left-hand limit, as x approaches 3 negative naman, we will use, okay, the condition x is less than 3. Since negative denotes that the value of your x are less than to the value of your c. That is x less than 3. So ano yung functions ng x less than 3? Eto, same lang din kanina. So we will evaluate, that is negative 3 squared plus 4 or simply negative 5. And then hanapin naman natin yung right hand limit. So since positive to, values of x are greater than your c. And that is x is greater than 3. Ano yung function? 4x minus 8. Ito yung gagamitin natin. We will simplify 4 times 3, 12 minus 8 is equal to 4. Then we will compare your two hand limits. Magkapareho ba yung left at saka yung right? Yung left natin, we get negative 5 at yung right naman natin is 4. Magkapareho ba? They are not equal. Thus, the limit does not exist. Ibig sabihin, discontinuous na po yung sagot natin. So f of x is discontinuous at x is equal to 3. Another example. Is your piecewise function continuous or not at x is equal to 0 naman? So again, same process lang din. Alamin muna natin yung f of c ba natin defined or not. Okay? So here, we have two conditions. X is not equal to 0 and x is equal to 0. Yung ibig sabihin po ng x is not equal to 0, either greater than or less than yung value ng x natin to 0. Okay, so x is either greater than or less than 0. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng x is not equal to 0. So alamin muna natin yung f of c natin. Since x is equal to 0, this is the function na gagamitin. Strategy number 1, f of 0 is equal to 1. Thus, f of 0 is defined. Yes, defined yung f of c natin, punta tayo sa left hand and right hand limit. Since x is not equal to 0, so your left hand limit and your right hand limit are equal a value. Then, limit of your sine x over x, ito yung function na gagamitin, is equal to 1. Since gagamit tayo ng special trigonometric limit to the limit of your sine x over x as x approaches 0 is equal to 1, then the limit exists. I-compare natin yung step 1 and step 2. Magkapareho ba? Yes, they are equal. Then they are continuous. The function is said to be continuous at x is equal to 0. Now you try. Is the piecewise function continuous or not at x is equal to 1? You may follow this flowchart, okay? Para makuha kung continuous nga ba or not yung ating function at x is equal to 1. And the answer will be revealed on the next video. Final quote, the only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. See ya.